All right, guys. What is up? Happy Thursday. This is a synthetic Friday because it is New Year's Eve. That's right. Round of applause. Let's go. We're all alone today, sitting in our basements or wherever we're sitting. We can still clap by ourselves for the new year coming in. 2020 has been such a wild ride, especially for all of us hanging out here in the stock market. We launched this show. We tripled our audience here at Benzinga.com. I mean, it's been a crazy year for all of us. And so, on our very last show of the year, we want to deliver for ZingerNation out there. We're pulling in a ton of people out of the comments onto the live show today. We're going to be bringing in Jesse Elite, Tony from Toledo, and the Young Investor all on to give us a stock idea headed into the new year. A couple other things that we're going to be doing today. I've got my basket of 4 stocks. These are my 4 stocks for 2021. So we are absolutely going to be going over those and why I like them. We're going to do our What the Readers Want. This is the most read stock tickers on Benzinga.com. Again, 8 million people a month going to Benzinga.com. We're going to look at what the most read tickers are and give you guys some insight as to what people care about. And last but not least, we are going to close out our chat challenge for the week. The question was, to everybody out there in the chat, we asked, what is going to be the best performing stock of the week? And it can only be a momentum stock. That's right. We all like our momentum stocks. We asked, what is the best performing momentum stock of the week going to be? The winner is getting a share of Apple. I still don't exactly know how I'm going to deliver that share of Apple, but we will figure that out. That's what producer Aaron is all about. We'll get producer Aaron onto the show. And we actually have producer AB, new member of the team, been with us for a week or so. If you guys like the guests, throw a 1 in the chat if you like the guests. AB has been booking all the guests for us over these past couple of weeks. It's nice to get some more education, get other voices, and again, deliver on more trade ideas in here. And he'll be on with us today too. Drew got the boot. Drew got the boot because Drew told me to buy Fubo. I didn't. You know, I saw that downward momentum. I didn't do it. But he told me to do it. I said no. Look at where the stock is now. So Drew's banned from the show, unfortunately. That's the deal with Drew. Sorry, guys.
Luke, I thought you said that Drew was picking up Jason from the dentist.
And Drew is also going to be picking up Jason Raznick. That's right, my normal lovely co-host from the dentist. Jason has been at the dentist for about 2 weeks now. We speculated he might be getting dentures. Maybe he's getting grills. You know, he's going to come back with some gold in his teeth. Maybe he's going to come back with no teeth at all. Again, guys, I think any outreach of support for Jason during his 2 weeks at the dentist would be helpful. His Twitter handle is @JasonRaznick. That's @JasonRaznick on Twitter. Please shoot him a tweet and say, Jason, I hope you're doing well at the dentist. Luke has been struggling without you. Aaron Thomas, producer Aaron, is going to drop Jason's Twitter handle into the chat here, so y'all can go ahead and do that. But all right, guys, we're jam-packed today. We want to talk stock ideas. We want to get the juices flowing. Let's get the ideas out there. I'm going to give you guys, here are my 4 stocks for 2021 and why I like them. And I'm going to challenge everybody out there, everybody on the stream. I want you to put in your favorite ticker for 2021. Anywhere from 1 to 3 tickers. I want to know what they are. And producer Aaron, can you get Young Investor the link so he can hop on with us? But all right, without further ado, I am going to drop in the 4 stocks that I like for 2021. None of these are going to be surprises. There are stocks that I've talked about, already have a position in. If producer Aaron wants to pull up my screen here, I've got my live interactive brokers account. This is the account that we trade in every single day on the show.
Can you plug in your HDMI cord to your laptop?
Oh, hold on. I'm not plugged in yet. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna get the live portfolio up here on the screen. But here are the conviction picks for the year, and then I'm gonna read through the ones in the chat. So drop those in there. But first on my list, number 1, ticker F Ford. You've heard me pitch it before. Yes, I am standing here in beautiful Detroit, Michigan, but I like Ford because they have the electric vehicle platform rolling out. They have the Bronco rolling out. I just saw one on the road. It's freaking beautiful. And the stock is also trading at a good discount, right? So I think if the EV story picks up, the stock is going to run wild, and then you're defended on that trade because the valuation is in line and fair. Number two conviction pick on the day, PayPal, PYPL. That's right, PayPal is a way to play crypto, the crypto momentum with a large cap company. Even without crypto, PayPal has still doubled its revenue over the past 3 years. They do have significant crypto exposure. It's an easy way for individuals out there to get into the crypto market. The stock has not moved with this run-up on crypto. So I think that we are going to see some significant upside on PayPal into the next year. Stock number 3 on my 2021 list. We bought this one a couple of weeks ago. We're already up about 10% of the trade, ticker PSTH. That's Pershing Square Holdings. It's a SPAC. Everybody knows what this one is. This is Bill Ackman's SPAC. The reason why I like this one in particular, 2 reasons. One, management, right? Bill Ackman, he's an activist investor. Whenever he invests in a company, he gets in there. He gets aggressive. He throws management around. So he is not going to do a shitty deal. Reason number 2 why I like Bill Ackman's SPAC is that it is a massive SPAC. So anything that he's buying is going to be a household name. So that's why I like that one. We'll get a pop when the deal is announced. And stock number 4, the last thing on my list, is a little bit more conservative of a play, but if you want a staple that should see some upside, I'm looking at ticker HD, Home Depot. There's my expectation is that Q4, Q1, there's still not going to be a lot of travelers, not going to be a whole ton of spending. It's coming into winter. I think that there should be money spent at Home Depot. The company is investing heavily into its store presences for a reason. The stock has not changed with any of these trends, right? It's held out flat. That's the hypothesis. And then again, with Home Depot, you're defended on valuation. Even if the thesis has not come out or does not play out well, where they don't see that increase in sales, the valuation, the multiples are still in line, so you will not get cracked on the trade. So there you have it. Those are Hot Stocks Luke's 4 picks for 2021. All right, and let's look through these. I want to see what everybody says for their stocks for 2021. QS. Jose is throwing in QS. That's here. Let's pull up all these charts as we're hammering through them. All right, QS. That's been a hot one. Quantum Scope. I believe that was a SPAC. Look at the 3-month chart on this thing. So there's QS, ROPT. I don't know that one. Nope, it's a mistake. It's Riot Blockchain, ROIT. No, RIOT. There we go. So Riot Blockchain we have in there. Bitcoin is in there. GMBL. That is a gambling stock. Oh no, esports. Okay, that's an esports stock. BFT. And let's see, NGA. So who's giving us those? So that's Steve Delaney throwing out those tickers, COUV. We actually had Rodrigo out of ZingerNation on the show on Monday pitching this stock, up 37% today. Let's go. Round of applause for Rodrigo being the first brave soul to come out here on the show and pitch a stock for us out of the chat. CRISPR is another one, CRSP. That has been a hot stock this year. Tesla, Apple, PayPal. Yeah, there's another PayPal. All right, JR is coming in with PayPal as well, along with Pins. That's Pinterest, GRWG. I don't know that one. GRWG, Grow Generation. I'm guessing that's a cannabis stock, and APPN. Wow, I actually hate this stock, so this is one that we should talk about. So all right, we got to write this one down. All right, JR, I'm super against Appian, and one day we're going to have to duke it out and talk about why. All right, Simon likes Palantir and TLS. I don't know what TLS is. Telos. Yeah, some people hate QS. I sort of hate QS. Sumo is another one coming from Damon. He likes Sumo. Palantir, Snow, NNDM. That's the Kathleen Wood play. PJ Williams likes Apple. Frank M. Clean Spark. Another SQ in there. We got an Etsy. All right, so this is a pretty good basket of stocks. So what we're gonna do, I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. So I'll go through the chat comments at the end of this show and build a basket out of all these stocks, right? These are all of our top picks for 2021. Let's see how they do. And we don't have to compete on it, right? I don't think it has to be one person versus another. But let's just see how good as a group is ZingerNation at picking stocks. That's what the move is. All right. Without further ado, I think it's time to hop over to our next segment. Producer Aaron, do we have Jesse Elite on the stream with us? All right, we don't have Jesse Elite, but we do have Tony from Toledo. All right, let's do it. Let's bring on Tony from Toledo. Tony, we're about to switch you over here. If you guys don't know Tony, he is in the chat. Yesterday he came on and gave us a stock pick. Right as he was wrapping up that pick, he said, hey, tomorrow's my birthday. I've got more picks for you. So we said, all right, come on this show again tomorrow. Let's give us that 5-minute stock pitch. And let's, of course, wish him happy birthday as well. And while Tony's going, he threw a challenge out there. This was not my idea. This was his. Guess what his age is. So comment in the chat with a guess as to what his age is. Again, his idea, not mine. And the last point that I'll make is we want to be doing this every day, right? This show is about trade ideas. That's why we're doing it. We want to get ideas flowing. We have such a big, powerful community out there. I want to get a couple people every single show on the stream to talk trade ideas. So, guys, email aaronbry@benzinga.com if you want to come on next week. We're going to get that email in the chat. But, all right, can we get Tony onto the stream, please? There we go. What's up, man? Can you hear me? Yes, sir.
I can hear you.
All right. You sound good. And today's your birthday, so happy birthday.
Yes. Thank
there
you.
We go. All right, another year. And you even have another stock pick for us. And remind us of the
Yes.
symbol that you gave yesterday.
Yesterday was T as in Tom, O as in Oscar, B as in boy, A as in apple, F as in Frank. It's TAT, T-A-A-T is the company, but the ticker for us is TOBAF. Here in the United States and Canada.
That was the stock that he pitched yesterday. All right, and Tony from Toledo, what is the one that you have for us today?
Okay, today we have a stock that is also very unique. It's a company out of Israel. They have patents in about 26 countries. They are producing baby food, okay? But it is dairy-free, soy-free, every kind of free there is. So they don't have competition in the industry. It's, you name it, dairy, whatever. It's a small company. They were getting started. They had a contract with a distributor to open this thing up in March of this year, so they got pushed back a little bit. They have a good marketing team in the United States, and they're pushing this stuff. It's plant-based baby food. No dairy, no soy, no gluten.
Okay, so it's trendy. Health. At the very least, it's trendy.
Okay. The ticker for the United States is Baby F. B as in boy, A as in apple, B as in boy, Y as in yellow, F. Hold on.
F is in Fox.
Baby F. Yeah, F is in Frank. So Baby F. Okay. I'm not saying go out there and buy it right now. I think it's plant-based. A lot of companies are popping up their plant-based for health-wise. I say the old saying, buy the dip. I mean, I'm in it. I got in early right after they IPO'd, but I just believe it's a good stock if you want to hold on to it. Luke, any comments?
All right, so I've got a couple. So tell me a little bit about the valuation. Where's the market cap at right now? And then what's the catalyst? Are we waiting for this thing to hit stores? When are we going to see the sales?
Okay, they have started in stores. They've started online. They have an agreement with a marketing company and distribution company in California to start really marketing this thing for like drugstores, grocery stores, that type of thing. They're in the plant-based food industry. Most of these companies are producing a meat-like.
Sorry, keep going. That was my fault.
Okay. Most of the plant-based companies are making what they call meat, like a hamburger or something else. This is baby food. I do not believe there's any other plant-based baby food out there. And as a result of all their research, they plan on going into a bunch of other countries because they have patents in these other countries. they believe they really don't have any competition because the health-wise mother, if she wants to feed her baby food that's healthy, this is what I believe she would go for. I'm not a mother, obviously. I have kids, but any other comments? I don't have the market cap in front of me, Luke. You guys should be able to look it up on Benzinga Pro. They're pretty quick.
Yep, we'll find it. It's looking like it's 345 million or so is what the market cap is. I don't have my OTC charts for some reason today. But there you have it. Stock's at 312 right now. We've got at least one other person in the chat who's in this stock. So, guys, let's throw out the vote on Tony's pick. This is Tony from Toledo, a member of the chat, a member of ZingerNation. He threw out BABYF. That is the ticker. If you guys like the stock, hit the 1. If you don't like the stock, hit the 2. Curious to see where everybody is at with this one.
They have an influencer that they paid to push the stuff, but the influencer just had a bunch of news come out about her. And this is Alec Baldwin's wife, whose name is Hillary, but she pronounces it different. I don't know if you guys have seen the news that she pronounces it Hilaria or something. In any event, she's an influencer, whether she's going to help out or not. You know, in this world, social type stuff's supposed to help, so they enlisted her help for whatever that's worth.
Awesome. All right.
I've got another based company too, if you're interested.
You can't drop them all on us at once. We gotta get
Okay,
the
no
flow
problem.
drip.
Go ahead and talk. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead and talk.
No,
I seem to be doing all the talking.
We
the
like the
idea-
ideas, and I like how you're approaching it. You're not giving us like, here's my pitch for Disney. You know, you're doing, here are some undiscovered companies that I think could
Yes.
have some serious impact, and I think that both of these are potentially takeout targets as well, right? Yeah. Yesterday you picked the smoke.
Oh,
alternative.
absolutely.
We've seen
Yeah, Philip
PMI
Morris,
pick up
that's
so
right.
many of those companies. So I like it. And
Yeah,
the
I mean,
chat,
there's a lot of
So go
there's
ahead.
a lot of good big baby food companies, so they may be a target at some point. It's early. It's very early.
Yep, and the chat seems pretty mixed. It seems like we've got an equal number of 1s for people who like the stock, 2s for people who don't like it, but those are the best stocks, I think. And then, Tony, you did ask us to have the chat guess your age.
Yes.
I don't know if you've been watching the comments or if
No,
you want to
I-
give us
I
the
did not
answer, and
see it.
I'll check if anybody nailed it.
Luke, what do you think?
I'm going to go with, oh God, you're putting me on the spot. Give me 52. How's that?
It's an even number. Are you guys ready? Because I don't see the chat. I am, believe it or not, and I hate to admit this, at what I think is an old number, and again, age is just a number, because I feel like I'm about 19. Got a
Good.
younger wife.
I hope we all feel like we're 19.
In any event, I am 60. Believe it or not, I can't
Woo!
believe it.
All right.
I cannot believe it. I'm hoping maybe somebody guessed it. I don't know if anybody guessed it, but maybe there's some Benzinga
let's see. Let's look.
swag
I'm
around
looking.
there.
We got no 60s on the dots. We got a lot of close. We got a 50, 56. Let's see, a 62, 59.
Oh my God.
No 60s on the dots. Nobody's walking home with a prize. Sorry, guys. We'll have to try again next. But
I would
actually,
take Benzinga flag, at free advertising for you guys, like a T-shirt or a cap, baseball cap.
Tony, why don't send us an email with your address? We'll get you some Benzinga merchandise.
All right, Luke, sounds fair enough to me.
Cool, awesome, man. Well, thank you for hopping on.
Any more
birthday.
picks, or you want to just move on?
Let's keep running, but let's do another one next week. I'm all about it.
Sounds good, Luke. Thank you for having me on, and good luck, everybody. Just do your due diligence. Look at everything,
Awesome.
whether it's fundamentals, whatever it is. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Tony, so much for hopping on with us again. Happy birthday! You choose to spend your birthday here with
Thank you.
ZingerNation. We love it. We're gonna hook you up with some Benzinga gear.
Hey, everybody celebrates my birthday. Believe me, I'm sure tonight you're going to go out, Luke. I mean, it's everybody feels a year older on New Year's, and they feel a year older on their birthday. Me, I only feel older once a year. So
There you
take
go.
it for whatever.
I like it. There it
All right,
is. Some
Luke,
final
thank
words of
you.
wisdom from Tony. Tony, again, we appreciate
And
it, man.
hopefully, I don't know if you've heard anything. Hopefully, Raz is good at the dentist. It seems like a hell of an appointment.
I know it's been quite a while. No call, no show. Just hanging out at the dentist. But
I think
we'll
maybe
see.
a Florida. I heard it was a Florida dentist, maybe. But who knows?
Maybe it was a Florida dentist. We don't know. He might have had some specialty care in Florida he needed.
Yeah, thank you, Luke.
All right,
Thank
man.
Aaron too. Aaron set the whole thing up. He did
All
a
right.
good job.
Shout out producer Aaron. Let's go.
Happy birthday, Tony.
Thank you. You guys are making me blush here. I'm not used to being on. You guys are used to being basically on TV every day. I'm not used to this. So.
Well done. And again, thank you for spending your birthday with us. And Tony just threw a nod over to producer Aaron. Producer Aaron, give us your number one stock of 2021. I threw out my four. The chat threw out their basket. If you had to pick one stock for 2021, what is it?
I'm going. Let's see. I still like Tesla a lot. I think there's got a lot of room to grow. I know it's kind of a boring pick, but it's tried and true.
All right, there we go. There we have it. So all right, guys. Next up on the docket, I mean, it might even be fun to play the age game again. But we have an old friend. He was on the show about a month ago. In a very popular segment, we have our young investor here with us. And if you guys don't know this guy, along with being on our show a month ago, he's been publishing tweets and YouTube videos about his stock picks for at least several months now, and accrued quite the following, somewhere around 40, 50,000 followers for his picks. Producer Aaron, can we bring our young investor on the screen here with us? Can you hear us?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, and welcome back. Happy New Year's Eve. I like that you're choosing to close the year by coming back with us. And we did this last time, but tell us a little bit. How did you get started in the stock market? Because I think it's just mind blowing, not only to myself, but to the chatters out there, how you got so involved in this thing at such a young age and developed how to figured out how to build your theses and think about these stocks.
Yeah, so I used to be in a lot of things before the stock market. I was a bit of a history geek. I used to really like history, and you'd see stuff about this kind of stuff in history. One of my favorite events which I'd ever read about in financials in history was when the French were in the Battle of Waterloo, were against the British. The British won, but the Rothschilds sent a messenger to London because they had the top messages of the day. They said the French are won, the stock exchange collapsed. The Rothschilds brought up all the stock at the mega cheap price it was. Turned out the British won. When the official messenger came, the stock market immediately rebounded and made a boatload of money. And it's a few months ago, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 months ago now, I saw an advert for a broker trading tool onto the Robinhood of the UK. I decided to start investing. I initially put in I don't know, £40. I've since grown that to over £1,000. Obviously, I've invested more. I think I'm up about 80 to 85% at the moment in 5 to 6 months.
All right, and let's hear it, and let's show off how well you really know these things and think about these things. Why don't you give us a stock and the rationale for liking that stock?
Yeah, so I'll start with the penny stock I'm in, DSGT, or I think it might be DGST. So this is a penny stock.
Hold on, wait. Give me the ticker one more time. You're faster than I am.
DGST.
DG. What's the company name?
I think it's actually DSGT. The company is
it might be the other way around.
DSG Global.
DSGT.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right, all right. I have it up on my screen now. We might have to pull this one up in the interactive brokers. Let's do that. All right, Gary, keep going.
All right, so this is a penny stock I'm in. It's around a dollar, just above $1 at the moment. They have an EV division called Imperial Motors. This is a swing trade. I brought this stock right now. You saw when SBI Energy announced they were going to start an EV division, the stock went absolutely crazy. This stock's got an EV division. The EV division's all right. I wouldn't take a bet on it long term. I think at the moment, I think it looks quite appealing for the current breakout. I can see it going to $2 to $3.
Okay, so I'm looking at the chart right now. They have this big green candle here where it looks like the thing ran from, let's see, 30 cents to $1.30 is where it's at right now. What was that on the news of them launching it, or announcing that they have an EV division?
No, so they've had an EV division for a bit now. But, I mean, you saw a lot of these EV stocks having this phenomenal run up. This Tesla had really a second run up, going absolutely bonkers for over $700 now. A lot of these other penny stocks followed. DSGT has got a bit of hype from that. It's been promoted on Twitter a bit and on, I don't know, but I guess if you like Facebook or Twitter pages. So this stock's starting to have a run up. You're seeing a lot of these people on Twitter who are into penny stocks starting to promote it. So the stock's starting to run up now. And I think, SBI's value, I don't know. I didn't check what SBI's stock price was. I think last time I checked it was like $6 to $7. This stock's at just over $1. I think as you get more and more hype with this penny stock, it's going to keep going up. I'm probably going to sell in the $2 to $3 range. I've got about 2.3% of my portfolio in it. Could be a great runner for a little spec play.
All right, I like that. So you like the stock for the momentum. So you and I have a similar thesis, but about two different stocks, right? So one of my stocks of the year, the stock that I think is going to be a big winner in 2021 is Ford. It's been a dog forever. It's been downtrodden for literally 10 years since maybe literally before you could walk. And I think basically they're launching their EV platform. Vehicles are now just starting to hit the dealerships. I think that Ford is going to have some of that EV momentum into it. So similar to how you're thinking about this stock, what do you think of that Ford play?
Oh, I'll be honest. I mean, I think Ford could definitely have a run up with an EV division. I'm really not a fan of Ford. I think they really, are lacking. I think they lack the EV tech at the moment. I mean, it's one of the biggest companies in the world, but Ford have been in decline for a while. I mean, nowhere near the same as Tesla. They used to slag off Tesla a bit. I'm not too keen on Ford, and I think it could get a bit of hype from the EV play. A lot of EV investors who are hyping up these stocks aren't into GM. They're not into the traditional OEMs. They're into these SPACs, which are taking a load of these brand new EV companies public, and Tesla, and lots of other stocks which are just solely focused on EV. I think just because it's got an association of an OEM on it, I'm not a fan of Ford.
All right, so I'm writing this one down. I've got it here in my notebook. You got Luke versus the Young Investor, Ford, 12/31/2020, last day of the year. We're gonna have to check in on this one throughout the year and see how we're looking. But do you have any other tickers you want to talk to us about?
Yeah. So my second ticker is DMYD.
All right, hold on. DMYD. Okay, so this is DMY Technologies. I actually think I've seen this one in the chat. Holy smokes. All right, can we get my screen up? All right, look at this chart. Okay. All right, we've got a vertical chart. So tell us about this one.
Okay. So this is a SPAC which is taking Genius Sports public. Palantir, as we all know, analyze data. They do security and all that kind of stuff for high-profile clients like the armed forces. This is effectively the Palantir of sports betting. They analyze all this data. They put it all together, better targeting everything, and they allow the platforms to run much more efficient. I mean, this stock's valued at 17. I mean, the guys at DMYD, they seem to get these deals pretty quickly. I'm looking to buy their third company, which hasn't announced a target. They usually get these in a few months. But we see their one which has just merged, the first one, Rush Street Interactive. That was another great stock. So they do, so DMYD. So let's say Palantir, for an example. Palantir up $27, whatever at now. One thing I've never liked about Palantir is that you've got such a small amount of clients. It's really small and they're massive ones. Genius Sports are slightly similar. I think they've got partners, I think maybe with DraftKings and some of the major gambling stocks. I can see this having a breakout. Honestly, I like it more than some stocks like LCA. I just think it's got a bit better momentum around it. We're at 17. We're merging in Q1 of 2020. Continues that current path. I can see this being a $20 to $25 stock by the time it merges. I'll probably sell half my position just before the merge happens. We've seen with a lot of these SPACs recently, once this merge happens, they're now in the downward momentum ever since Hyliion really and started all these problems for them. So I'm thinking this could get some serious hype in the next 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, and that brings me to a really important point that I don't think I've made recently. I know I've talked about it before, but I think it's been a little while. And I'm going to lean on, our background at Benzinga as news, right? I've been doing financial news 24/7 for the past 8 years as a part of the Benzinga team. We think we know news and we do news better than anybody else. And something that we see over and over and over and over again is this thing that we like to call buy the rumor, sell the news. Right, when there's a rumor or a report that something is going to happen, you see that price appreciation. When the news actually comes out, the jig is up, the game's over. You start to see a lot of those price declines, and I think that's sort of what you're talking about with this SPAC deal, right? They have the rumor of the M&A deal going through, or we know that they're working on it. But as soon as the deal actually gets announced, okay, some of the energy might fall out of the name.
So
all
this
right.
is
Yep.
this one's already been announced. This was announced a few months ago. We're looking at Q1 of 2020. The hype's just started to build now, really. So I'm thinking, they're one which their DMYD won the acquisition report won. They just took Rush Street out and interacted to the public. They're now officially a publicly traded company. Rush Street are now down, not because the company's done anything, just because now they've gone public. When there's a SPAC, I think there's a certain people really like the idea of buying into SPAC really early. Once it merges, a bit of momentum's lost. I think this is a fabulous long-term play. So I'm thinking maybe sell half and rebuy half after the merger.
Okay. All right. And can I ask you 3 non-stock questions really quick? Okay.
Yeah,
the first one is, how familiar are you with British labor laws? And are you old enough to start working? If so, maybe you should join Team Benzinga.
Yeah, so in 3 more months I'll be 13, which means I can get a job like a paper.
All right, there we go. You guys, we're breaking the news here. All right, 3 months. We're counting it down. I know producer Aaron has got that one written down. Okay, so that was question 1. Question 2, I see a lot of people in the chat say that they wish their kids were into stocks in the same way that you were. Give us a tip for getting other kids your age into the stock market. How can we go about engaging them, teaching them about personal finance, etc.?
Stock market, if you're not in it, is the most boring thing in the world if you're talking to somebody about it. I think to get some kids into it, you've got to get them. What's the company your kids love the most? Does your kid drink Monster all day? Does your kid love Coke? Does your kid all they watch is Disney films on Disney Plus? Then they might be getting into Disney stock a bit. Knowing all their friends are buying Disney Plus, I'm looking to get into Disney at the moment. My friend Ollie got me into Disney Plus, and my family got it. He told me all about The Mandalorian. He got me in. We were going to plan to cancel it after The Mandalorian. We're not cancelling it though. I think we're going to be keeping it. We're keeping it now. So this is the kind of play I'm looking for. I think get your kids into something. Is there a product which they use? Solid company. That's how I think you start to get them into investing.
Okay, I like it. And then last question. Oh shoot. All right, we got to do 2 more. Okay, the questions just keep coming out of the chat. Okay. All right. So the first one, how old are you? Can we just get that one out there for everybody?
Yeah. So I'm 12. In 3 months, I'll be 13.
There you go. So you like EV stocks, even though you're many years from driving. How do people get in touch with you? How do they follow you? You have Twitter, YouTube, etc.
All right. At the moment, we're trying to do a big push for my YouTube channel. Go subscribe to Young Investor. Type up Young Investor on the search. I should be the top result. You'll see my profile pictures, my face. Go check out my channel, watch my videos. Or you follow me on Twitter at Investor2. So those are my really 2 forms of social media methods. I've also got a free Discord server at the moment, which I've just launched, and we're up to 200 members on that now.
Damn! All right, there we go. All right, he's got more stuff going than producer Aaron does. But I'm just teasing. Producer Aaron is the man. We dropped that link in the chat. Go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. And then the very last question that I will ask you before you have to hop on to the next topic is, You have to pick one stock for 2021. You can't touch it. You can't trade around it. What is that stock?
Solid company. Honestly, if I've got to choose one stock, it's gonna be the Grow Generation, ticker symbol GRWG. It's a close one for me between Grow and NIO. I'm gonna go Grow
What
Generation.
does Grow Generation do?
I won't say the necessary thing they're supplementing it for. I think you can guess that they're the largest hydroponics retailer in the country. So instead of growing the thing, they are selling the equipment to grow the thing. The Home Depot and the Lowe's of that sector, 39 stores, basically buying another 2 stores every single week, smashing earnings, valuation of $1.5 billion. They're currently at $40 a share. I can see it. Give this thing 7 years.
But wait. Public service, intervention, guys, in the chat. Let's get some comments about how we want to stay away from this sort of thing. Maybe you like the stock, but we'll stay away from this sort of thing. And we cut that to producer AB really quick. Can you give us a public service announcement?
We here at Benzinga do not endorse or promote any use of illegal narcotics.
All right, there we have it.
But real quick.
Go ahead.
Real quick, young investor, before you leave, I just wanted to thank you again for coming on. I know I was emailing with you, and I know Luke and I and everyone else here at Benzinga is very impressed by what you're doing. So just keep doing it,
Thank you.
All right, man. Amazing having you as always. You're always a favorite of the chat. We'd love to have you back on. Let's follow up on some of these picks. And again, you and I, we're going head to head on the forward trade. But we'll stay in touch on that one.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in a year with that.
All right, and just give it 3 months, 90 days from now, you might see a job offer from Benzinga in your email. Who knows? But all right, thanks, man, for hopping on.
All right, thanks for having me on, Luke.
Absolutely. All right, favorite comment of the segment goes to Ruel in the chat. If he was a rapper, it would be Young Investa. Yep, I think that is absolutely true. But all right, guys, last 2 things that I want to do, but before we close out the show, the first one is I want to bring one of our news desk members just onto the stream for a second now. His name is Randy Elias. Randy is one of the guys in the background every day. This guy gets in. He's in the office at his desk by 5:45 Eastern every single day, making sure that our Benzinga Pro subscribers have news, that we not miss a thing, right? I know all this news flow because of Randy and a team of about 10 others. So Randy is here grinding away on New Year's Eve with us. Randy, can you hop on the stream with us just for a minute? Wave to the chat. We're going to get some round of applauses going. We want to thank you sort of as a synthesis for the entire news team at Benzinga for what a crazy year we've had this year. You kept us in the loop. You guys are not 6 feet apart. But again, thank you to the entire Benzinga news team for getting us through 2020 despite all the craziness.
What's up, Benzinga fans? It's great to be here. I wasn't expecting to be on here. Luke kind of put me on the spot. It's been a great year. Glad we can make everybody here happy. Grinding away every morning, 6 a.m. If there's any feedback, we appreciate it. Want to make our product even better. And
Absolutely, yeah. If you guys ever have any feedback on Benzinga News, because again, our goal is to be the best news source out there, right? We want to own financial news. We don't want there to even be other financial news companies. That's what we're going for. So if you have feedback, ways for us to improve, things we're missing, stories we're not looking at, email Randy@benzinga.com. That's his email address. Randy, thank you for being the representation of the news desk here with us on New Year's Eve.
Looking at this chat, I really like these names. Black Lil Stonks, Rich Youngsta. I like these. I'm gonna stick to these.
All right, perfect. Thanks, man, for hopping on.
I think we got Jesse Elite on for a quick stock pitch. So.
Oh, we do? Is Jesse Elite on the stream?
Jesse is here. She just needs to turn on her camera.
All right, can we get a camera on? All right, perfect. Thanks, man, for hopping on. All right, Jesse Elite on the stream?
Jesse is here. She just needs to turn on her camera.
All right, can we get a camera on? 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 All right, can we get a camera We're looking at JE. This is another member from ZingerNation. Out of the chat coming on. I'm gonna say this again, guys. I would love to line up this show sort of like Mad Money, where we have 5 members of ZingerNation every single day just hopping on like 3 minutes, boom, 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 boom. We just knock out stock picks. We want this to be the Trade Idea Power Hour, right? And again, Aaron, BRY at benzinga.com if you want to hop on with us and give some stock picks. That is the move. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to bring Jesse on. Is that what I'm hearing, producer Aaron?
It looks like
I can hear
she
you guys.
has- Yeah.
I just can't see
us,
you.
Jesse?
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah, I
she's
can hear you.
running-
Yeah, I can hear you. I just can't get the camera to work, and I am a guy, not a girl.
I knew that, you know.
It's all right. It's all right, guys. I can do my quick pitch though if you guys
All
got
right,
me
let's
on.
do
I
it,
mean, I
man.
don't need
Bring
you
him
don't
on.
need
We'll
to
just-
see me. I got a good
yeah,
mic. You guys got me.
Exactly. Let's hear
ENVA.
it. Say it again.
All right, we got ENVA. ENVA.
All right, I'm pulling it up on my Benzinga Pro. ENV.
Innovia International Inc.
All right, I've got it up. I've got a 1-year chart on the screen. Hit it.
All right, what they do, they're looking for small businesses that are needing loans, lines of credit, installment loans, receivable purchase agreements, credit services, all that kind of thing. And they're basically looking to help out companies that have non-prime credit currently. So they're looking for subprime small businesses. And I think you're going to have a huge resurgence in the small business sector for Q1, Q2. Due to the fact that there are a lot of people that were out of work right now. And I feel like there's a lot of people that have started companies. They started building things with other partners that they've probably talked about for years. And then now it's the time for them to strike and really take advantage of what's going on.
Okay.
And this stock had
talk us through
sorry.
really quick. How do they make money? Can you just lay that out for us one more time, please?
Yeah, they make money by giving loans to small businesses or helping them when it comes to like their credit service organization. They have a CSO program, and it's they're basically just giving small businesses loans and getting them set up for success with their investments, or sorry, with their I've got with their credit services, and basically just making sure that their company's moving with the finances in the right direction. And the reason why I looked at it before is that they've been increasing in 2019 they increased from 1.2 thousand employees to 1.33 thousand employees, and their CEO David Fisher, he's a guy that I follow. So if you guys want to check out what he's done in the past, they also had a high in 2008 of 39. That was their high tick, and then the high tick of 39 was on 928, and that's something that I've been looking at today. It was funny because I wanted to speak about them today, and they're up 1.52% on a 32-cent change today. And I think that my target for long
wait,
calls,
we lost
and we're
you for a
looking
second.
for
What's the target?
$30 is what we're looking at by March.
All right, we're looking for $30. Stock's at $24.75 right now.
Hey, and I'm with you on Ford. I'm currently long on the calls for Ford as well. So I am, full disclosure, I'm on side of Luke.
Let's go, baby. Come on. Should
Hey, I'm
we
holding
getting an
8
ego
and
boost going up against a 12-year-old or young investor? Maybe not. But we're head-to-head on it. So thank you, Jesse,
Hey,
for showing the support.
I appreciate you guys. I'd love to come back on again, and thanks for having me on. I'll try to get my video on next time.
Thanks, man. I appreciate having you on. And again, guys, we're trying to do 3 of these every single day. All of you out there in ZingerNation are welcome to hop on with us. Let's get these stock picks out there. Let's get the ideas flowing. Let's not just hold all the wealth to ourselves, all right? I think that's what the deal is. And the last thing of the year that we are going to do at Benzinga is declare the final winner of our chat challenge. There's a nice, cute little graphic. All right. Can we get my screen up, please, producer Aaron? Again, if you guys are new with us, let me tell you, our chat challenge, this is where the chat room is going head-to-head every single week, trying to figure out who's got the trading chops, who can pick the best stock of the week. That's what we're trying to figure out. The question that we asked on Monday, all these Momo stocks, everybody's favorites, were getting cracked. There's the screen for us. All these stocks were getting cracked. And we said, what stock is going to be the best performing of the week? That's the question we were asking. In our winner, I'm sad to say, is not myself. In first place in the chat. Yoan, I think is how we're saying it, with ticker MMED. I believe that's MindMed. Stock is up 21% this week. Round of applause. Let's go. Let's get our air horns going. All right, we've got that there. So winner, Yoan, you're getting a share of Apple. We don't know how we're going to deliver that share of Apple to you yet, but just email randy@benzinga.com or myself, luke@benzinga.com, and we will figure out how to, maybe we'll hand deliver a stock certificate with your Apple share on it. But that's the prize of the week. Coming in second place, we had Scott with ticker GHIV. That is a SPAC play. Hot Stocks Luke, yours truly, fall into third for the week. I'll take it with my LAZR. All right, guys, ZingerNation, from the bottom of my heart, from the errands that we have on the team, from Randy, from Jason Raznick, who's still at the dentist. Shoot him a tweet about that. We really appreciate you guys. We love you guys. I mean, we wanted to start bringing community into what we do because I think it helps us get through this together, right? It's been such a turbulent year both in our lives, in the stock markets, and by building this community, right, rather than us having a one-sided conversation with you guys, but making this a two-way conversation where we can share ideas, we can talk about what we're interested in, so start to bring you guys on the programming, etc. You know, it helps all of us push through, right? It helps us push through in our personal lives. It helps us become better traders, on and on. And quite honestly, this is the most fun part of my day. You know, I'm like sort of tired and groggy in the morning, but once we get through the show, I'm lit up and just excited to charge into the day with a smile. So thank you guys so much. I'm looking forward to returning in the new year, Monday afternoon, guys. So I hope everybody has a safe, beautiful weekend. I hope you're all able to celebrate this happy new year that we are heading into. And with further ado, guys, take care. Happy trading.